I've spent the last week or so making bones, making other bones, and then attaching those bones to the other bones. So getting started on the project, I decided to start by making the model for Jerry, and then use him as a foundation upon which all the other skeletons would be made. So here's the footage of...
Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 no.
Now thankfully, this isn't actually too big of a problem because I do have the version history and I can just show you everything that changed, but I'm afraid it might be a bit boring without the footage, so let's just... Yeah, I think that should do the trick while I'm talking. So the first thing I really did was get a base skull model in place and then figure out the placement of the spine and the sternum. Following that, I went to work on the rib cage and the arm, sculpting those in. After that, moved down to the lower half of the body, started working on the hips and the legs, which didn't get as much thought because you're not going to be seeing them, but that'll be a-okay. Moved forward by mirroring what I had done on the one side to the other, and then I went back and I added some sculpted detail onto the head, and let's actually check the polygon count on that. Hopefully it's not too high. And then there's the rigging step, which no one cares about, so we're just gonna... Alright, there you go. And then it's just a matter of attaching everything to the bones you just made, and then suddenly, voila, you have a functional rig. You can move and animate your character. It's amazing! I have to do this 3 more times. Maybe I can just... Of course, I did a little bit more than that, but let's go through them one by one. So first up we got Jerry. You've already seen plenty of him, so let's move on pretty quickly from him. Next up is Sean. Now Sean is the tallest of the group, and he has sort of a thin, pointed sort of skull, and the skull is the main differentiating factor between the models other than their size. Beyond that, you got Bruce with a very sort of round head and a chubbier torso. And last but not least, of course, you have Steven, who is probably the most average out of all of them, but has a much more, for lack of a better word, blocky sort of head. And that makes up our main cast. Of course, they're not quite done yet, they still need their accessories, but thankfully, I actually remembered to hit record this time. Alright, that was a pretty good time lapse. Let's just check how long the original footage was. Over 2 hours is 30 seconds, 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 over 2 hours is 30 seconds! Well, I hope you enjoyed that haphazard look at my workflow. Of course, you didn't actually get the best example of what all these accessories look like, so let's take another quick peek. So starting off with Jerry, we have the usual suspects of the cap and the gold chain. The gold chain is an arrayed, simple model that is bending around a curve, and the curve has drivers on it to allow the chain to move a little bit as he moves his clavicles. And the hat is a simple sculpted mesh. Moving on now to Sean, he's fairly simple as far as accessories are concerned. The main point is that his tie has a cloth sim on it, which you've already seen. Bruce was a fairly simple one. His dealer's visor is just a simple model, and his bow tie was lightly sculpted. Last, but of course not least, is Steven. His beanie was originally sculpted, but I retopologized it to clean it up. And then the glasses were just hard surface modeled. And that's the whole cast of characters. Next up on the agenda, well, it's time to get to work on that environment. But that's all for now. Join me whenever I upload the next video, whenever it may happen. I don't know, this one only took like, what, 2 weeks, something like that? Maybe the next one will be quicker, maybe it'll take longer, I don't really know, that sort of thing. Anyway, you all have a good day. Goodbye!